Alright, so in this video tutorial, I'm going to go over the footer settings, the colors, adding content to the footer, all that stuff. And it's going to be easy and you're going to love it. So let's go ahead and go to customize. And if you don't know how to go to customize, there's two ways. It's on your page, or if you're in your WordPress. This is assuming you're logged in. In your WordPress, go to Appearance and click customize. So either way, it'll take you to the customize area. So once you're in the customize area, this is where all the magic happens. Click on footer options right here. We gave you all these little options to change stuff on your footer. Okay, and here it is. Let's go over the footer colors first. And you want to typically make your footer colors almost like the same as your header, or similar colors and stuff. You don't want to be a mismatch of colors. I mean, this is good because it has the blue there, but let's just say I wanted I don't know, black, or I want to be a little darker on here. So let's do this. Let's make it a tad bit more darker, or go to blue and then make it a little bit darker maybe. And let's go to the bottom and see how that looks. Probably could do darker if I wanted to. So anyways, I don't know. That's probably, you guys probably get a better look and feel than I did right now, but that's good. So we got that, the darkness. You could also do the footer opacity, and that's basically if you have something behind the footer, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Not right now. If you want to put like an image behind it, it's just showing the background of your website, whichever color that is. So it's gonna kind of look very milky-ish. It doesn't really look good. So I'm gonna not make that footer opacity opaque because I want it to stand out there. Footer text, you could change that to whatever you want, and that's any text that shows up. These are links, so if this wasn't a link and it was text, that would change as well. Footer heading color, if you have a heading color, and of course your link colors as well. So if you want to see how that turns black, if you want it purple, I really like white on this better. So there you go, that's that. And then your hover color, notice when I hover over it, it turns blue. If you wanted to turn any other color, you could change that there. Okay, so I think you get that. So let's go on to the footer size and height. This is just adjusting how big you want from the top to the bottom right there. That's all it is. So I like how it was default, had a good height position, but it's up to you. Footer content. So we allow you to change the left and that's it right here, unless you want to unbrand it, and that you could do by unlocking this feature. So you just click on unlock, and you could watch the video tutorial how to unlock it, and you would just have to buy and get this plugin to unlock it. And it's probably a good idea, so you could get your SEO up and you could put other stuff right here, but it's exactly the same thing as that. So let me go ahead and buy this plugin right now, and I'm going to install it, and I'm going to show you how much more you have, how many more options you have. So let me go ahead and click buy. And I have a promo code as well. Let me go back and copy this promo code so I could get this. Thanks 20. Click on buy. Click that. Apply this code. I don't want 2. I just want 1. Okay, because I went back and forth. That's why. Let's put 0, and it's going to refresh to 1. There you go. Proceed to checkout, and I'm going to put all my cards in, and I'm going to see you on the other side after I put my cards. I just don't want to make my card public for some reason. Hold on one second, let me put that in. Through the magic of video editing, I went ahead and got you to the checkout here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the unbranding plugin download link. So you want to go ahead and click on that next and download the unbranding plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to download into my downloads area. I don't need all this stuff right now, just kind of confuse you more. Let me delete that so you can see. All right, so we got this and this. We don't need this. Sometimes you get a folder depending on if you have Chrome or stuff. I'm going to delete that one. All you need is a zip file that says Tesseract remove branding. That's it. So you need that. So once we have that, then we could actually go right back to our WordPress area. We could install it. So let's go back into the WordPress dashboard and let's go to the plugins of this. All the extra features that will unlock for you. Once we are in the plugins, click add new and go ahead and click upload plugin right there. Choose file and go ahead and click Tesseract remove branding, click open and install now. So click on that and then make sure you click on activate plugin. And that's it. That's all you have to do to activate the plugin, nothing more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the appearance and back into customize. So do that next. Okay, so we're here and we're going to go into the footer options right now. Click on that. Now you have all these extra things that you could do. So before you could just edit this, now you could edit the right hand side and you get a center spot as well. So we could go into, let's say, the right content block and we could now edit all of this right here. So let's just say you don't want this right here. And I'm just going to keep the strongs. I kind of like the strongs and put your site name. I like strong because it just looks more bold and powerful. If you take off this strong, let's see what happens. I'll show you. It's just, yeah, it's nice and bold still. Okay, good. We fixed that. So good. So now you could put your site there, name, whatever you want, copyright. You could add that symbol if you wanted to, and then or your logo if you wanted just to put a logo right on there. When you press save, it's going to go over to there, but I like to have your site name sometimes because search engines will look at that as well and they'll find that. So that's great. You could also put a menu or you could add your social media there if you wanted to. Notice the social media now comes up there, or whatever you want to do, even a search bar as well. So let's go there. Now we could go to the center, and that's the one in the middle, and you could add whatever you want. So you could add text if you want. This by default just says theme by Tesseract, but you want to go ahead and you could see there's more code down here. So what I like to do is just select all and say center whatever text, center text. So you could put any text, your phone number, call to action there, or you could put a menu. Again, you could choose and you could get a menu. So you have to create that menu from the menus area, but it gives you a lot of options to play with and stuff. You could also change, now that you pretty much understand the left, the center, and the right, and how you could change all that content. Now you could go in and change your font styles if you wanted to. So these fonts are set at this, but you could go to any font you want and you could change it, and then that will set all your other fonts to whatever you want. And you pretty much probably want it to match the same fonts throughout your site, and then you could play with the font size, the font weight, and so on and stuff. So that's pretty much it. Really easy to change the colors, really easy to change the size. Just as a short note, I could show you right now if you want to hang around a little bit longer. I could show you how to put the transparency if you're interested. So wait a little longer and I'm going to show you how to add an image here and how to make it transparent at the background. Just like we added transparency up on the top on your homepage, you could do the same thing on your homepage and add transparency down there. So right now I'm going to show you how to do that if you want to wait a little longer and have me show you this. So let's go into the color options, and I'm going to first just make it kind of transparent. So you could barely see it, and you could make it fully transparent if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it kind of transparent, and I'm going to press save and publish. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the home page, go to the page where I would like the transparency. All right, so which is this page right here. So let's just say I added an image just like this. All you have to do is go to the page builder and go down and click on this little icon here, as if you added this right here. And at the bottom, you could go -150. you know, and it will sync itself below that. Notice it just added that right there below that, and press save. So all I did, again, I'm going to show you how to do this again. I went to this of the image, the little wrench settings of the image. I went to advanced, and I changed the bottom spacing to -150, and you could probably change it 190, or I mean or just make -90 if you wanted to, but you have to kind of mess around with it and see if it does it. And then you just press done right there. It shows up, and publish. And if I did it right, it will do it. Let me see. I don't know why it's not doing it right now. Let me refresh this. I think I see what happened here. I still have this row that has spacing on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that wrench on the row, and I'm going to make it -150 or 100 or 120, and I'm going to see if that will push it down under it. So I'm going to press done. It looks like it works there. Let's press publish, and let's refresh it again. I had to refresh it on a different browser, but it did do that, and it put it at the bottom right there. So that's really beautiful. I love that. So sometimes you just got to play around with it, but that's pretty much it. That's how you work the footer.